Hey everyone, and welcome back to the tiny cabin. This week on the tiny cabin, we are still waiting for lumber for the shed, so that's not going to be for another few weeks. So with the wood stove finally installed, we can actually start working on our wood pile. We got quite a mess back here. We got a brush pile right in behind it. We got all kinds of scraps of wood, and we need to do something with it. So in behind our tiny house, we've cleaned up probably like a 20 by 30 section here. We got some more logs here, and right where the 4x4 posts are is where we're going to be putting our woodshed. We thought maybe we put it here on the other side, but where this is nice and sunny back here, I think this is where we're going to put it. So my thought for this was just to dig 4 holes, put the 4x4 posts on top of like some gravel or a brick or something, and then just build our woodshed on top of it. It doesn't have to be crazy, just enough to store wood. So we're going to get started digging the holes. I think we're one short.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. So a cord of wood is 4 feet high, 4 feet wide, and 8 feet long, roughly, is about a cord of wood. So we're going to make this identical to those dimensions, other than the height will be 5 feet, just so it has a little bit of lean-to on it. So this should hold a cord of wood, and we'll probably build maybe 1 or if not 2 more after this one to get 3 cord of wood all together, and that would definitely get enough for the winter, I would think, anyway. For only a 200 square foot house, that should definitely do it. So this is what we're thinking with this. We're not going to get too fancy with this woodshed, but we'll just put 4 posts in here. We'll cut these ones out at 4 feet, make the front ones 5. Put a roof on her. I mean, it's only a woodshed just to keep your wood dry there for the season, so we'll do it as simple as possible. And we're also just using what we have here on hand. If we didn't have these, I probably would just put logs on it, because basically the same thing. So this turned out to be actually a pretty beefy woodshed. When we start building things, we just keep adding and adding and adding, and it turns out to be a pretty beefy woodshed. But we almost used up all the stuff that we had here, all the 2x4s and 2x6s. So all we're going to do now is just put some 2x4s on the bottom and stain it, and later on when there's a no tax sale coming up, we're going to get some corrugated plastic and maybe some strapping for the top. Other than that, this woodshed's going to turn out pretty good, and I think I might hold over just a little over a quarter, so that will work out pretty good. So in between these 2x4s, where we don't have too many for one, and we want a little bit of airflow in here, I think we might do like a 3-inch gap in between each one, just to let the air flow and dry it out better. So we picked up these clear corrugated plastics. These are $33 a sheet, I believe. And they're pretty flimsy, but this will work good for this. But that's actually quite a bit expensive considering it's just plastic. I think most people use these for greenhouses, but we'll use it for this woodshed. So I wasn't quite sure how to cut this, but it says online that you just use your skill saw to cut it, so that's what we're going to try to do. Hopefully it don't break it. So Google said to cut this with 10 snips or a circular saw or a jigsaw. Didn't say anything about a grinder on there. And we tried all three of them and it broke the plastic. So then we pulled out the grinder, and that's the way it seems like you want to cut it. Our wood stove holds, it says it holds 11-inch stick. I read the reviews, it said 8-inch stick. So we got all this wood in here behind me that we've been just collecting there for 2 years, so it's seasoned wood. But we had nowhere to put it, so now that we got the woodshed built, we're going to chop this up and put it in it. But before we do that, we are actually going to be putting the new stuff in first. That way there we could use this stuff right away, and the other stuff should be able to sit about a year. So it should work out pretty good that way. One thing I really want to invest in is a bigger axe. This is a 2-pound axe, and I'd like to get like a 4 or 5 pound axe. Yeah, it's anywhere. If there's anything too long, just leave them. So to give you guys an idea of what size stick will go in this stove, this is roughly 11 inches, which that's what the stove says it will take. But in order to get it in, you would really have to shim it in there. And like, that's a pretty big stick, so we're basically just going to be splitting these in half, and this stove will only go up to 11 inches. It's a little bit more splitting, but it's kind of rewarding at the end goal. So along the path that we cut out to come in here, like so we can drive a four-wheeler and stuff in here, there's a few trees that were down, and we just cut them up and put them on the edge of the path. We got this one here. We already cleaned up one down there, and we got one more up there. So with all this wood, we should be able to fill that wood shack. But I will have to cut these up again because these are probably about 2 feet wide, and our wood stove is only 11 inches. So. Those 2-foot logs that you seen us put on the four-wheeler, we cut them in half and now we're just splitting them. But man, when you only need to make them like 8 inches wide, you get a lot of wood off one of these. But a little hard to split with this small axe, but we're getting through it. So we got this 3x3 trailer for free. One of the tires are really bad on it, but it's still holding air, so we ain't too worried about that. But it's just a wooden frame. So we'll have to do a little bit of work to this, but this should make us a good little trailer to haul around some wood and stuff around here. We're not going to do a whole lot to this trailer. We're just going to maybe put a new piece of plywood on top there, and we're going to put 2 cross beams on it, and probably some kind of, what do you call them? The
sides?
Yeah, sides, just so you can open and close it. But later on, we have a creek down the road here that we're going to be getting our water from, but we're going to need a lot bigger trailer than this. And honestly, the 4-wheeler that we got, I mean, it will pull it, but we're going to try to get one of those big IBC totes. I think they're like 200 gallons or something like that. and we want 2 of them for the back of this house, so we're definitely going to need a bigger trailer to haul one of them, but these will be good for now. So there you have it, a full woodshed done. We thought we would have enough to stack this whole thing up, but we ran out, so we're going to cut some more trees down. And I'm thinking this is going to be 1.5 cords of wood, which is nice. Thank you guys so much for watching, and like always, if you guys enjoyed the video, maybe consider subscribing, and we'll see you next week.